Okay, here's the stock that I used. I mounted it to headstock holder, and it's drilled for the tailstock. And this is where I turn it. I've already turned some of it off of it, trimmed some of it off of it. It's turns pretty good. Pulls the stock off of it fairly easily. Machining really smoothly. Stock's going off fairly easily. I'm just machining or working off the stock off of one end because that's all as far as my tool support goes. I'll have to switch ends when I want to do the other end. Grabbed a little bit there. It grabs every once in a while. Much more likely to grab where there's a break in the surface, or if I'm rotating a sharp edge into the knife, it'll do it. As you can see, it's machining really smoothly. Take a little sandpaper and smooth out some of the burrs on it. Sandpaper makes a lot of dust. But it really takes that roughness off of it, smooths it really nice. Going to a finer grit. And it makes a finer dust. What a mess. Nice and smooth. I think I'll try it on high speed. I'm not sure this setup is stable enough for high speed, but I'm going to try it. Switch on. Here we go. Sounds like a jet taking off. Whee! Sure glad I wasn't standing in the way of that one. Find that piece. Where'd it go? Into the coats, down on the floor. I'll find it. So I decided to remount this piece, and it finished off like this. It looks pretty good. I've got a bolted down section on each end now. It's much more stable. It's now done being machined across its length. I've waxed it, and that looks pretty good. So here I'm taking it off the tailstock and the headstock, and you can see the 3 pins there that hold it on the headstock. And it mounts with the same setup as on the headstock on the tailstock now, and that's actually screwed to the part, so it's not coming off there anymore. But I learned my lesson on that one, and it turned out pretty good, so I'm pretty pleased with it. So this is basically the stock that I started with. I squared it up on the saw and put it in the headstock and milled it down, or lathed it down to what you see now. So I'm pretty pleased with the way it worked. These are my tools. Different points, different radiuses. They cut pretty good. Not about that much waste. Those are my chess pieces. Came out pretty good. Not done with them yet. The queen's still got a lot of work to do, but got a queen, king, rook, bishop. A lot of work to do yet. Yeah, I don't know if I told you, but the name of my business is Cheap Hazard Products. And that's the formal name that's registered with the state of Michigan, Cheap Bastard Products. They didn't like Cheap Bastard, so I changed it to Cheap Bastard, and they accepted it. So I think we're going to be good to go. Okay, so this is another jig that I've designed for holding my stock steady. It's called a steady rest, and it's designed to hold this steady as I'm boring into the end. So I'm going to turn it on and show you how it works. Pretty rough, but that's what sandpaper's for. And I don't know if you notice right here and here and here are the holes that I used to hold it in place with that other little jig that I've got. This one here, those pins went in those holes, and so when it gets to the outside and it starts being really jerky, it's because it's hitting those voids. Once I get down past them, it'll be pretty smooth sailing after that. But I think it works really good, so I might tweak it a little bit more. It seems to be pinching on it a little bit, so I'm getting a scour mark all the way around it. But I'll figure out a way to adjust it, and then it'll be really smooth sailing after that. So I just thought you'd like to see that.